you better die living. You better try giving whatever you got when you got the chance to. You better take every opportunity to not leave anything on the table of what you talk about getting accomplished. You better make sure that you're making the best of every moment to not just go after what you wish, but what you wanted. While you can do. Because you can move. You don't have to stay there. Wherever you find yourself stuck, you get to get yourself up, do whatever you have to do to make the scenario, the situation, or the shit you face and stop being what you're settling for as opposed to what can set you free. You're doing every damn thing other than deliberately deciding to do what's best. Stop thinking that this life commands you. This life can't stand you. You're too powerful of an opponent. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're talented, extremely gifted, dangerous when determined, amazing when you're assertive, and just a phenomenon when you're focused. It hurts to hear that shit, don't it? Because you can't seem to say it to yourself and believe it. Damn it, you have every freaking right and responsibility to require this world to want and work out the best for you. And it's full of ways and winds just being and blowing to make sure that happens. But you gotta see it. You gotta see that you're worth the work. Or the wait, or the wow that will be the way it has to be to become, to bring into being the best you possible. I know it's been one thing after another. And add to it all of the illusions that you're coming against in order to just be interrupted by another incident or impediment to you doing something incredible. But that ain't life doing that. That's you stopping you. Whatever's in your way, you gave it the option to. You gave up when you had no reason. You listened when you should have been talking. You tolerated when you should have been demanding. You begged when you should have been above that. You stayed when you should have been leaving. You got settled in what should have just been a season. Why'd you stop saying that you would? Remember when you thought you could fly, when you said that you were going to make it, not that you would try. You talked about all of the dreams and ideas, the goals and plans, the intentions and wishes. When did you stop believing that you could? You used to smile and have a face full of options and optimism. You had the energy and emotion necessary to evolve into whatever was going to be the result of you being educated in the everyday struggle towards success. You didn't care if it was easy or not. You were eager to do everything if that was what it was going to take to ensure that you got what you were after eventually. You said that this world had way too much in it for you to not have your share. You were excited about what you were able to take. Not just what you were given. You pulled yourself out of participation. And then you put yourself into a prison. But the only way to do life is to live it. And this ain't it. This is what isn't. This isn't taking your mistakes or your misfortune and manipulating them into the mastery that becomes your method. This isn't exhausting all of your options and then realizing you still have options and even more after those. As long as you're not dead, there is something that you can do. And that's it. Now, what if you stop digging, climbing, fighting, running, or moving right before you hit your target? And you never find out how it looks and feels to have it for real because you felt tired or embarrassed or ashamed or inadequate or poor or not worthy and you quit. But if you weren't planning to finish, why'd you start it? And that ain't even the half of it. This part is. Because it's all made up. The rules, the laws, the programs, the systems. You get to create yourself as many times as you need to in order to produce, progress, and proceed. You are the only one that you have to prove something to. Listen. You better die living. You better try giving whatever you got when you got the chance to. You better take every opportunity to not leave anything on the table of what you talk about getting accomplished. You better make sure that you're making the best of every moment to not just go after what you wish, but what you wanted. While you can do.